Well, the month of August, we did see a bit of a slowdown in the rate of capital gains. So our combined capitals index was up 0.3%. That's down from higher than nearly 3% the previous 2 months. So quite a slowdown, but still showing some level of growth. And once again, that 0.3% figure was very much driven by Sydney, where values are up by 1.1% over the month. Over the year now, Sydney values are up by nearly 18%, so well and truly ahead of any other capital city. Melbourne's also a very strong market, so we've seen Melbourne dwelling values up by about 11% the last 12 months, but flat over the month of August. Brisbane was flat over the month of August as well. But of course, the market's very diverse now, so we are seeing some falls in dwelling values across Darwin, across Perth, over the month in Hobart and over the month in Canberra. So while we've seen dwelling values rise by about 11% over the capital cities over the past 12 months, rental rates have increased by 0.7%. That's the lowest rental appreciation or annual rental appreciation on record, the data going back to 1996. So rents are hardly moving at the moment when values are rising quite rapidly, which means yields are being compressed substantially. And this has been a trend that's been evident since 2012 across every capital city, not just Sydney and Melbourne, but every capital apart from Hobart where yields are actually improving. So for property managers, now is really the time to be focusing on trying to get the most out of your rental property and maximising your rents. The banks are clearly working with APRA as they will need to make sure they're within APRA's guidelines. I think on top of that though, you also have this disincentive for investors in the low yield profile we talked about before, and also the fact that affordability challenges are very much evident in Sydney, where median house prices are now $900,000 or so. Well, we've seen the cash rate remain at 2%. Mortgage rates are at the lowest rate they've been since 1950s or so. So I think it's a very positive thing. And I would have been quite surprised to see interest rates move lower this month. Potentially going forward, we might see another rate cut, but I think we're either at or very close to the bottom of the rate cutting cycle. I think without doubt that the economy of China is still growing at quite an extraordinary rate, much stronger than the world economy for that matter. What it also means is as China looks more uncertain, potentially we might see more flight of capital out of China as residents look to offshore their capital or look for safe havens as well. So we may even be seeing some further investment from Chinese and foreign investors in the Australian housing market as they look to Australia as a safe haven for their funds.